But
Sure, no problem.
I just finished playing Among Us with Narc on her stream, or not? It wasn't her stream,
Oh,
but it was in her Discord.
oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of
Oh,
fun.
that's a. How does that work? Like streaming that game.
I am trying to figure that out myself. Like, I think.
It's so much fun.
Oh, it is. What I had to do though is because it was on her she was streaming on her Discord, but not Twitch. So you take a window and you just kind of cover up what they're doing, and then if when you guys are
Uh,
playing, you just mute everything, and I turn off my headset too, so I can't hear anything. But it's tricky. I got to figure out how to do it on PC because I have two screens, and
yeah,
I don't know how. Like she said, it's Alt Tab, but then how do you get your character to run on screen? I don't know how. I'm a console peasant.
yeah, I don't get that.
Okay. Thank you for like the impromptu. Like we schedule it and then people
No
have
problem.
last minute they want to change. I know I'm a noob.
Yeah.
Slender says I'm a noob.
Well, I mean, it is Slender, so.
Yeah, exactly. Slender, can you hear us both? Everything okay? Yesterday I reset my OBS and
Oh,
everything went to hell. Like,
the poop can.
yeah. Yeah, it went south and I had to redo everything. You guys both sound
That's so
great. Perfect.
frustrating.
Oh my god, it was
Love it.
like 3 hours of just. If you thought I'm sweating
Oh.
now, like I was just like, oh my.
Just a massive,
I was about to call
massive
Narc.
sweat pouring off of you. Just like,
Yeah. Sorry. So we sound
okay,
good, and we got some people in
good,
here.
good.
All right.
I pulled up your stream as well,
Awesome. Cassie, how are you
and
doing?
let's see. I'm going to stream mine as well, but I'm
Yeah.
just gonna put my emotes in chat, and then I have
Absolutely.
like a little message on my screen that says if you want to chat, go over to see
Oh,
Wing.
okay. Okay. No worries. No worries. I appreciate that. Slender Monk saying hello to Cassie. There we go.
What's up, Slender? What's up, Cassie?
And then, what's up to Naptime Assassin? Thank you again for doing the interview at the
Oh, you're
last minute.
welcome.
At the last minute, like
Hey,
that's
I had to do a last minute switch up last
well.
time
I mean,
that I was scheduled for.
that was
I
impromptu.
had a,
Yeah.
yes, family emergency,
Mm-hmm.
so a little bit different. I'm hoping it's not a family emergency,
It's
but
not. It's not.
things happen.
Yeah. I was.
Things do happen.
Shoot. Yeah. I'm sorry that happened before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
You're welcome.
I was nuts.
Yeah. I can imagine. I can imagine how crazy that is. Um. All right. Let's see. Should we get going? Yeah, I think.
Chatting?
Hey, we got a follow. I can't see who followed me. Water, how you doing? Papa
Oh,
Shamrock. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the interview. How you doing, Papa? Can we get a shout out for Papa Shamrock, please? I was just we
Papa
were just
Shamrock.
we were just
That's
playing a
awesome.
game together. We were just playing
Oh, nice.
we were in Narc's Discord. All right, so let me first welcome Naptime Assassin again because more people are here. She is going to do the interview with us, so let's get underway. Let's start it off. Good to hear. I was the killer twice. Nice. As long as you killed Narc, that's okay. That's what I always try to do first. All right. First question: what got you into gaming?
Oh, into gaming right off the bat.
Right
We're
off the
swinging.
right off the
Um,
bat.
so what got me into gaming, I guess, was my dad. We got home um after visiting one of our friends, and my dad and him were working on computers, and they brought home a computer. It was a secondhand computer, but it was a Windows 97, and it was literally like the biggest thing that happened to my life when I was 7 years old. And
Oh man.
so we had just a couple basic games on that good old MS system. So and then my friends also had a Microsoft Apple, like a Macintosh.
Oh, I remember those. Okay.
Oh man, I was so jealous. They had the original Roller Coaster Tycoon and another roller coaster one. I can't remember, but it was like the biggest thing when we brought home
Those
the
things were
PC.
bricks.
Oh,
Yeah,
so after that, I was hooked.
technology in the late 80s, early 90s, like everything was just gigantic. TVs,
Yeah,
VCRs, like Oh my god. What? So did you play games like Oregon Trail or
Yes, Oregon Trail.
Odell Lake?
Oh, I don't recognize that one.
Oh, I gotta get you.
A
I got okay.
little bit before my time. But I
Okay.
also played, my cousins had like a Nintendo, and so we played Monopoly. We
Oh wow.
played Duck Duck, not Duck Duck Go, but we played the duck hunting game,
Yes.
all that good stuff.
Thank you for that, host. By the way. Um, Duck Hunt. Did you ever cheat? Did you ever put the gun up to the screen?
You could do that?
Yeah, that's all you do
No.
because it
I
read
was
the
so good,
pixels.
I didn't even need to like put it up to the screen.
I was blind as a bat. I didn't realize it when I was a kid, so I put the gun up to the screen. I was just like, and I sucked. I still sucked. Narc,
Oh, that was
welcome.
such a good game though.
It was. I think it was mixed with the Nintendo one, so it was. I love doing that. My older brother and I, we used to
Yes.
fight all the time though playing it. I did better
Yeah,
than you.
because as my cousins got older, they got like a PlayStation,
Ooh,
the original, and then we got a
classic.
PlayStation. I think we got that in 1998 maybe, or
Good year.
1999.
Good year.
Yeah, it was like right after it came out, so we were super pumped. Played my first Star Wars game on that, so
Ooh, was it Dark
Crash
Assault?
Bandicoot. It was the original. It was Phantom Menace.
Oh, okay, okay, yes, yes, yes. That one came out
Yeah.
before the movie did. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember
so
that.
super old game, and that was the first game that I had like a progressive save, like a save that I had worked hours and hours and hours on.
Yeah.
And on the old PlayStation console, you had your external memory little slot.
I still have those. Yeah.
So you had, oh my gosh, and it crashed, of course.
Yeah.
And that game is so long to begin with, and it crashed. So I've never finished that game, and I feel
Really?
very bad about it. Yeah.
I think I still have that, and I remember us being pumped
Oh,
at home because it actually had clips from the movie, so we were like, "Oh my
yes.
god, we get to like see
We're
the
watching
movie."
a
Yeah, at
movie
home. This is so cool.
on this DVD, on this CD.
Yeah, on the CD, it was great. Let's see, what do we got in chat? Slender, how are you doing? I don't think I missed anything. This is a Mac. This is a streamer interview. We interview streamers once a week, every Wednesday, and Naptime is doing that with us. So the first game you played, that was
Yes.
what was the first game that you played?
So first official game would probably have to be Chips Challenge.
Chips Challenge. I haven't heard of that one.
Oh yes. Oh, it's so good. It's so classic.
Mm-hmm.
It's so on the same like strain of Minesweeper and
Oh, okay.
well, not Pong, but super old PC game. Uh this one, it's all on puzzles, and it's like floor by floor you have to clear this puzzle. Chip has to he's trying to save his girlfriend. And it's just so classic.
Huh.
You can still play it. You can still play it it's online now, where you can just play it for free.
I'd have to. Yeah, I have to take a look.
Will be doing.
I don't remember that game at all. Like, I need to educate myself on that one.
It's classic.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Papa asked, why are we doing interviews? So once a week, it's just a way for people in the community to get to know each other, and just to have fun. And it's like a little podcast thing or a little streaming. I don't know how to word it, but like it's just for people
it's
to.
a tough.
What happened? You could probably say it better than I could.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's like a tough thing to narrow down,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's just a good way to network and meet other streamers and interview other people and um,
Yeah.
do what I think Twitch is great at.
Yeah. Getting people together, getting people to meet each other, yeah, networking. Exactly. It's perfect. Sorry, guys. Also, when I do interviews, if you like, I try to pay attention to the streamer or the person I'm interviewing as much as possible. Like, I will literally watch the interviews that I've done, and I'm super critical if I don't spend enough time with the person I'm interviewing versus chat. So, sorry about that, guys.
He's sorry.
I'm sorry about that. Okay, next question. How long have you been streaming?
So I actually started my birthday weekend this
Oh,
year, which was in January. So the end of January is when I started streaming.
wow. Wow.
So technically 8 months now.
Wow, you've done a fantastic job in 8 months.
Oh,
You're
thank you.
just skyrocketing.
Thank
Holy
you.
cow. Let's see. What was the first game that you streamed?
Well, officially the first game that I streamed was Modern Warfare. Blah blah. Call of Duty. But then I also love Stadia games, and so I played a game called Guilt, which is like an
Huh.
indie game, like a little bit of a thriller game, but yeah, that was the first full game that I played on stream.
So that's the unique thing about you versus anybody else I've ever seen. You actually stream on Stadia. Is
Yeah,
the how is and I think you have a PS4 too, right?
I do. Yep.
Do you notice a difference between playing games on Stadia versus PS4 or streaming on either one? Is there a difference?
Oh my goodness. Quite a bit. So on Stadia, because you don't have a console that you're streaming from,
Mm-hmm.
well, uh, on PlayStation you can stream direct from the
Yeah.
PlayStation, or you can stream on Remote Play. So on Stadia, you don't need anything else. You really only need your controller
Wow.
and some type of screen.
Yeah.
So you can stream on your TV, you could stream on your phone if you wanted to. Um, Stadia is so quick too. There's no loading screens. There's when I'm playing Assassin's Creed, there's zero glitching. There's no like weird pausing or
Yeah.
anything. It's a really nice experience.
Oh,
I love it.
so the
And I love
input
their controller.
is like a 1-to-1 ratio with the controller to the action on the screen.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's no delay, none at all.
Impressive. I collect systems and games, so I might have to check it out. You might have sold me on it. I'm
There
interested.
is a free trial right now, I think for a full month or 3 weeks or something like
Oh
that.
wow.
Yeah.
And so can you pick any controller you want, or does it have to be like a Google licensed controller?
So let's see. I th- think I think you have to have their
I
controller.
see.
But it's very nice.
And then oh
So this is
wow,
what it looks
okay.
like.
Kind of looks like a Switch Pro controller almost.
So here's the regular DualShock.
Yeah.
So it's very similar. It's a little bit chunkier, and I like that about it.
Yeah.
Like here I am doing a little promo for it, but the buttons on the back are a bit bigger too,
Yeah.
and it currently has a Google Assistant button on it too.
What?
So that's really helpful. It's got share button. Um,
Wait, so
Pretty cool.
is it something that you can, if you have a problem, you can hit the button on the controller and it calls tech support? What?
I don't know. I'll have to try
That's
that.
pretty cool. Does it have a speaker built into it?
It does have a speaker.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm a mark for that. I love when the sound
pretty
comes
nice.
out of the controller. So I'm
Yes,
betting if you have a problem, you just hit the button, it calls.
probably.
That's pretty cool.
You can check the weather right on your controller.
What? No, you're pulling my leg.
Well, I mean, it would probably like speak or put out onto your screen on
That would,
over
yeah, yeah,
your game
okay.
or something. But it also has different charging, so it does the regular USB-C.
Oh, nice. And then
Yeah.
I like bigger controllers. My favorite controller this generation is actually the Xbox One. I don't like
Okay.
the PlayStation controller's okay. I mean, I love the speaker that comes out of it, but
Yeah.
I like them big. I like the controllers big, just
Yeah.
like Narc.
Mhm.
And then Mac the Star, actually, I believe he's a Stadia owner as well. So there's a lot more
Oh,
out there.
Stadia.
Stadia in the house.
And my name, if anybody wants to add on Stadia, I am NaptimeAssassin. I'll have to figure out the number at the end.
That's right. I think I added you on Steam, and there's actually two of you.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Rude.
Interesting. Interesting. Which actually leads me into my next question. What is the origin of your screen name?
So when we bought Stadia, we had this opportunity to choose our new screen name on Stadia. And so we were sitting there, we were like thinking, because you had, I think, 15 characters, 16 characters or so. And we're like, man, I really like nap time would be so awesome, but
Yeah.
it's not quite there. And then we were thinking about like snack time assassin, and that just sounded I mean, I love snacks,
Yeah.
but I also love naps. So in
All
the
day.
end, nap time assassin won out.
Oh, yeah. I
And now
actually I
it
love
works
that
out. It's
name.
so perfect.
I love taking naps. I dabble in them daily. Um, oh, so Mac's not a Stadia owner. I just don't like when things get a lot of hate. Stadia, I think the thing with Stadia is a lot of people just don't know about it. Like I don't
Hmm.
know much about it. So when I found out that, because I every time I interview somebody, I always look for something unique that we can talk
Yeah.
about. And with her, it's definitely Stadia. Because I remember that when I first found out she streamed Stadia, I'm like, how is it? Like
Really?
I picked your brain. I think I picked your brain about two things: Overcooked and
Yeah.
Stadia. I picked her brain big time on those two
Oh
things.
man. Yes. And I have actually been thinking about when I stream Stadia,
Hmm.
just because I every once in a while I do get people asking, how's the latency? Do you notice anything different? And I've been thinking of doing like an overlay so that people can see my frames per second.
Oh,
Um,
that's interesting. That's
just,
unique.
something, because a lot of people do ask about that,
Yeah.
and I I'm not that in depth of a nerd,
Yeah.
so I would have to look it up all the time.
What else was I was gonna say something else that you've done that I it'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. Let's see. Next question. Are there any games
I
that?
do
Oh,
like.
sorry.
Oh, I'm
No, you're
sorry.
good. You're good. You're good. Go ahead.
Just bouncing off of what Mac the Star is saying, it is really front. That is one thing that I don't like about Stadia is the hate that it gets. And like you said, a lot of people don't know enough about it,
Hmm.
and they're like, man, I don't want another console. I don't want to have to buy another system.
Yeah.
Well, you don't. It's not another console. It's literally this is it. This is all that comes with your Stadia. And if you wanted to stream on your TV, um, so and by stream I mean play the game.
Yeah.
You use your Chromecast, and then, or I think, yeah, anything. But you can also play it on your phone. So they have their own
Yeah.
app, and you purchase all the games right through their app. And they're just now doing I think it's called a share screen or something, but it's basically for streamers to stream directly from Stadia onto YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
And so
pretty
that's
cool.
because it's Stadia is built by Google.
And they
Um,
own
they want to
YouTube.
integrate that into YouTube.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is pretty cool. Actually, I did figure out my question. Are there achievements on Stadia?
Yes.
Oh, there we
Yep.
go. I
So
okay,
they
okay.
do they do unlock achievements,
Simple
and they
man
come up
here.
with it's like a bling, and then it goes down just like on Xbox or
Cool.
PlayStation. The only thing I haven't figured out, and maybe it's just like my learning
Yeah.
block, is that I don't see yet a list of achievements for the game.
So
So
you just kind of do
if
it and it just happens.
yeah,
Ah,
at this point, I don't know if they're gonna integrate that. I would imagine so.
yeah.
Um, But it's like I said, it just came out, I think at the end of October of last year, so it's not even a year old yet.
Mm.
Um,
Are
but they
there?
are introducing brand new games, some built directly for Stadia, and then others. Uh, Rainbow Siege, I believe.
Yeah.
They just announced that they're gonna put that onto Stadia too. And Assassin's Creed, Odyssey, Valhalla is also coming.
Valhalla. Wow,
Lots of
that's a
big
big one.
games.
That's a big one.
Yes.
Do they have like Steam sales, like those crazy discounts?
Yes.
They do.
So
Wow.
currently, right now, if you become, their subscriber, which is $10 a month,
Yeah.
you get, oh, geez, since release, I've gotten between 3 and 5 games free every month.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a pretty.
Last month
Google,
they have 2K Live. Yeah.
sponsor this person, please, please.
NBA 2K Live, I think is what they
Mm,
call it. So,
that's cool. Like,
Lots of good games on there.
the misconception that I always had was you were paying full price regardless, and there's no sales, and like the buddy lists are wrong, and there's no achievements. So the fact that I was wrong about everything, like I would definitely be tempted.
And that is a problem that they have, is that they haven't given enough information out to the general public. It's still kind of like a cult following.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I've heard things where people have they're
Bye,
very
Nark.
they're very passionate about Stadia. It's like a love or hate thing, really. Nark, have a good one. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for being my last kill. You killed me last in Among Us. I appreciate you, Nark. Yeah, thank you, Nark. Thank you for everything. Max says, fanboy, fangirl hate is the real problem in the community right now. Just focus on what you like. I just get, puberty, sorry. I just get everything. I don't like choosing. I don't like to have to make a choice. So I just buy everything and then just, it collects, they all collect dust equally. That's good.
There you go. So are you gonna get both of the new systems?
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
I'm gonna wait though. The first batch usually there's bugs in it, and then there's insane lines for it. And I would
Yes.
rather focus on the Switch collection and the Steam collection before I focus on like the other stuff. But eventually, I try to come around and get everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nap waved at you. Let's see. Are there any games coming out? It could be up and coming games. It could be past games that you're looking forward to streaming.
So, I am very excited about Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
That is going to be, it looks to be a very awesome game. And I would like to play it on PS5 because I plan to get that.
Yeah.
However, it is coming to Stadia first. So I will be playing it on Stadia.
Wow. I wonder if Ubisoft has a deal, or Ubisoft, whatever you say, have we call it. Excuse me. I wonder if they have a deal with Google, because a lot of the Assassin's Creed games are making their way there first.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Assassin's Creed Odyssey is on there currently. And I don't know if they technically have a deal with Google, but I think because Sony took so long to release the PS5
Yeah.
price and everything, they had that big waiting time where there's just a big mystery. So I was just looking it up a minute ago, and they still don't have an official release date of when Valhalla is coming to PS5.
Ooh, and then when's it coming to Stadia?
I believe it's November 18th or November 12th.
Wow, that's like, we're talking a month away now.
Yeah.
Whoa, jeez,
Yeah.
Louise. This might be a contradiction, but why would you get a Series X when you have a PC and can play all the games there? I like to do it because, especially as a streamer, I like to have everything in case one of my viewers wants to play with me, and then I can just fire up whatever and play with anybody.
Community focused.
Yeah, that's my goal as a streamer. I like to appeal to everybody, so I like to have everything. And Stadia might be on the horizon. Might be on the horizon.
Might as well try it out.
Yeah. All right, so we got Valhalla. Are there any old games that you're like, I've always wanted to stream that?
So I have wanted to go back. Well, I did for the first time on stream. I played Uncharted series, and
Ooh.
I am ashamed to say that I had never played it before.
Okay. What do you
But
think?
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was one of the best series that I've ever played. I want to go back and do it again. And I also really love Tomb Raider games, so I've played most of those on stream. And
Yep.
so like a really old game that I would like to play besides Chip's Challenge, I would also like to play Half-Life, which was one of
That's a good
the
one.
PC games that I had growing up as a teenager. That was one of those forbidden games that I wasn't supposed to be playing.
Yeah.
And I really like the story, so.
Nice. Are you excited for Half-Life 3? I'm just kidding. It's not coming out.
Not
Sorry.
really. It's not the same. It can't be the same.
Looks like Valhalla's dropping for consoles on the 24th, a week after Cyberpunk. Mac agrees with you. Uncharted is like comfort food. If you've not played Uncharted, you may never have met one of your weirdest mods. Oh yeah, well,
What's so new?
You're naming off games. Like, I met you through Cersei, CVW 220. So you're naming off all these games. I'm like, that's a Cersei game. That's a Cersei game. That's a Cersei game. And yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, it's such good stuff. I loved it. Everything.
So are you like a Naughty Dog fan? Or are you a fan of like? Have you played The Last of Us? Have you tried those games?
Yes. Yep. I played the first Last of Us remastered.
Okay.
I haven't played the second one yet. I've just been working through some other games,
Yeah, yeah.
but that is also on my list to play.
Got a
Yeah.
huge backlog. I know what you mean. Oh no,
Yeah.
I know you meant nap time. I know what you meant. New, you're good. You're good. Let's see. So, Rising the way you have, since you know you haven't even been on it for a year, but
Yeah.
you know a lot and you have interesting perspectives on on how to stream. Is there any advice that you would give up and coming streamers who want to become affiliates? Are there any um, I don't know. Is there any strategies or advice that you'd want to give them?
So I guess the biggest and um fastest way
Yeah.
to reach affiliate is to jump in other people's streams. And I mean, Twitch itself is so community bred that if you expect to get big affiliate on Twitch and you don't try to create a community or you don't engage in another community, it's going to be difficult for you.
Yeah.
And I blame Cersei because she's the one who got me into streaming.
Yep.
I had been watching her, and then she suggested, "Why don't you start streaming?" So I
Of course.
did. Loved it. It's so much fun,
Yep.
and yeah, it is a big community thing. So if you're wanting to get more involved in Twitch and make it, I don't know, worth your time. I don't know. Like it just depends on what you're looking for in Twitch too. Personally, for me, I enjoy the community side of Twitch. I'm not out here to get, 5,000 followers or anything like that.
Okay.
I'm here to enjoy playing games with people and,
Just kind of be in the
um, moment.
moment and have fun.
Yeah,
Yep.
and learn from other people too. Like I love seeing other people do well too. And I was just watching another streamer earlier today who dropped 70 subs on somebody. Like you just don't see that anywhere. That's so much love given to the community.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I love about Twitch.
Oh, there's been times where thank you for the host who's ever hosting. Appreciate that. I can't see that, so thank you whoever that is. I know what you mean. There's times where Water Tyrese and like Nap TV. I remember I was trying to get a Switch, and they were like, "You trying to get a Switch? Okay.
Watch
How about
this.
yeah? How about all these subs?" And it's like it's
And you just there's just
amazing.
like you never get used to the wave of emotions that hits you and other people.
Yeah.
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's been times where I remember being in like Narc's stream, and she's like, "Okay, I need if we can get another $60, I can get my red Tengu reptile." And I was like,
It's,
"You got him
that's so
done."
amazing. And it's not as a streamer, you're not expecting
Yeah,
anything, and you can tell the people that are expecting you to sub or asking for subs. That's not what people like us are out here for.
oh, there. I've been in some streams where they do. It's my birthday,
Oof.
and I know there's gonna be somebody that's gonna hit me with like a 50. I know that, and
Oh,
you're just
come
like, oh,
on.
I don't. Now I don't want him.
No, I'm
I don't
not
want
gonna.
him.
Mm.
Let's see. Max says there's a difference between having a lot of followers and having a lot of views on your vids. I think personally, it's the biggest difference. I think your
Yeah,
personality is the biggest difference. Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
that's true.
I've yeah, I've seen people with I don't know how they do it, but they have like 3,000 followers, but don't have the affiliate yet. And it's like, how do you get 3,000 people?
Wait,
But yeah, without an average of 3 viewers, that's very. What's the word? Narc
that's
sus.
sus.
Sus. It's sus. Yeah, there we go. That's what the
Very
cool
sus.
kid says. Um, New. Thank you for that, host. By the way. Let's see. So you kind of answered this, but do you, so your future goals for the channel aren't really like pressure or anything like this, just to have fun. So that was my next question, what your goals were for the channel in general.
Yeah, so I don't anticipate ever becoming partner.
Ooh,
It is not a goal of mine.
okay.
But what I do want is to create, and what I've already started has been just phenomenal,
Yeah.
and it is all thanks to other people's streams that we've all connected.
Yeah.
But the community that has been built in the last, 7, 8 months has just been incredible. It's so lovely to see humanity in people and gaming. Like
Oh yeah.
everybody loves gaming.
Yep. Absolutely. That's what we're here talking about. Like all of us, I don't even know how many people are here between the two channels. Like that, we're
Yeah.
all just kind of chilling, just talking about life and gaming.
Yes.
It's awesome. It's awesome. And I look at all of us. We all kind of together. We all make a bigger. We all make a big picture like a puzzle piece. So like it's
Yeah.
not complete without any one of it. You know what I mean? Like we all contribute our part to the community in the bigger picture. New says, I think people who do follows for follows can get a lot of follows, but not a lot of views.
Hmm.
That is okay. So I can. Okay, I got an interesting scenario that I'll run by you guys. So there's somebody. I'll just give you a hypothetical. So
Sure.
if you followed somebody and they rated you twice, and like
Mm.
you guys are talking, so hey, like you could follow, like, and they laughed at you, how would you take that? And they've rated you twice. Like, would you?
Oh, wait, what? Okay,
Yeah,
so say I rated you
yeah. Let's say I rated
twice.
you twice, but I didn't follow you, and we were talking
Yeah.
afterwards because we're friends, and you were like, hey, you know, you want to follow me back? And I was like, in private, you'd be like, it's
That's an interesting
yeah,
situation.
yeah,
I mean, I so I follow people that I've never watched.
same.
Um, but at this point, I followed them because they play games that I'm interested in.
Mm, okay.
Even though I've never, made it to their stream, maybe they stream at different times, but I don't feel like it's a requirement. Like, just because you're rated, you should not feel obligated to follow somebody back just because they rate you.
Yeah, yeah. I tend to follow people back that follow me. I
Yeah,
might not tune in, but I think
yeah,
like some
exactly.
kind of support, at least on my end. I'll follow them because it maybe the last thing they need to get is to 50.
Sure.
So I just give
Yeah.
them that, and maybe I can tune in, maybe I can't. That's how I do it.
Hmm.
I try to build up as many people as I can.
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
it's not
It shouldn't be
yeah,
expected.
it's not expected. But I
Yeah.
yeah, it's a slippery slope. I think okay, I read that already. Okay, so next question.
Yeah, and I guess I would just follow along with that. Like if they've rated you twice
Hmm.
and they're rating you for a follow, I that's also like one of those things kind of like, I'm asking for something from you. Give me what I want. I'm not actually doing this to help you kind of thing. I don't know. That's a weird that's a weird
It's a very weird hypothetical. It's a very weird hypothetical. Let's see. Let's see. This is a new question I kind of came up with. Are there any streamers who've inspired you? Like any people specifically, or styles, or?
um so actually quite a few people. Obviously Cersei, CVW
Mm-hmm.
220.
Absolutely.
She's so creative in a lot of things that she does, and she's so giving. Um, Also another couple people that I follow pretty consistently. She recently made partner, and I just love her authenticity and how her name is Jambo. She's, I
Janbo?
guess, mildly successful on Twitch.
Huh.
She has quite a few follows, and she does a ton for her community. She's very active on
Interesting.
Twitter, and she's just very, very. She's also vocal. when Twitch does things.
Oh no.
She's trying to create a better Twitch all around.
Okay. Okay.
So I love that she feels passionate enough about her community and also things that happen on Twitch and wants to make Twitch better.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong
Yeah.
with that. Improving that. Um, let's see. I gotta check her out. If you want to link her
Hmm.
channel in the Discord and like the
Sure.
self promo thing, I'd love to check them out. I see when
Yeah.
I ask about that. If you still talk to those people or follow them, and you definitely think they're worth checking out, I will
Mm.
definitely look into them. And I'll look into this CVV 220 person. I'll look into that person.
Whoever that might be. Yeah.
I don't know who that is. Um, let's see. So I think we kind of answered this, but what are your favorite franchises? So Uncharted, I think you said Uncharted.
Uncharted is absolutely fantastic. I really do like Assassin's Creed. I love Crash
Ooh,
Bandicoot. Haven't been able to play any of that on stream yet, but it is on
it's
the
on the
books.
list. There we go.
Yes. And I also really like just kind of like off the wall indie games. Uh, a big one that I really loved before I started playing was Journey, and it's literally just a
Oh,
standalone title, but
that's a
it's such a beautiful game.
PS3 game, right?
Um, I think it's a 4. I
Is
think
it
it's a
PS4?
PS4 game.
You guys are
Or at
like
least I played it on
wandering
PS4.
around, and you're in a desert, right?
Yes,
That's right.
mostly a desert.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're like a little, it's almost like you're a little triangle with legs
Yes,
kind of thing.
I remember that. I
Yeah.
remember that game. Yeah.
It's such beautiful music too. Sometimes I just listen to the soundtrack.
I gotta look into that again. I think I had it on 3. I think it's actually a
Okay.
port from 3.
Okay.
Uh, I just remember there being a like a desert, and you were
Yep.
cloaked with like a sheet. I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you've got a cloak on.
Yeah.
Got a little cape,
Interesting. Yeah.
and you do go into the desert. You also go into the snow, and then you're also in like caves and temples, and it's a really nice exploratory game.
I think the makers of that game actually made a like a flower game,
Okay.
like a petal game. I'm blanking out. I'll have to send it to you when I remember it. But yes, I do know what you're talking about there.
I also enjoy Call of Duty. I know
It's a
it's kind
given.
of like
Given.
very very wild change from, but I love story games. I love puzzle games, and I love shooter games too. So
Ah, nice, nice.
all over the place.
Are you gonna get the new Black Ops?
Oh yes, I can't wait for Cold War.
Yes,
It looks
yes.
amazing. It looks so good, and I loved their campaigns on the original Black Ops.
Oh yeah,
So I'm
with Woods and
super
Mason.
excited for this one. Yeah,
Yes, yes. That's what I like about Treyarch. They're usually very story focused and very
they do really well.
yes, absolutely. Did you look into Crash 4? I think it's Crash 4 coming out.
Oh, I saw
It looks so
the
good.
release note, but yeah, that's gonna be amazing.
The different levels where you can play them backwards, or it's in black and white, and you have to touch the objects and they turn into color, and there's time manipulation. It looks incredible.
That's
So
fantastic.
if you're into that, I would definitely look into Crash 4.
Yeah, I
Um,
did really well.
do you have any favorite protagonists in gaming? Any favorite characters?
That's a good question. Um, well, at the time, I really enjoyed Ellie,
Ooh,
from The Last of Us.
okay.
I haven't played the second one, so that's just based off the first one.
Yeah.
I can't remember who the name of the character was, but there was a game called First Light, Infamous First Light,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
and then there's Infamous Second Son.
Yes, the girl. Yeah.
I loved the First Light. It was so much fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She turned into like pink lightning, right?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, really fun game.
Wow.
And then of course anything with Assassin's Creed. Um, Cassandra is fantastic. If I could be her for Halloween and not break my bank, I would do that.
What if I think did you read the report? I was looking online about the DLC for Valhalla. Uh,
Hmm.
It's actually there's a character they're going to add called the NaptimeAssassin.
No way.
New favorite
I'm downloading it
character.
right now.
Oh man.
Ah, that's
Um,
so good.
let's see. This is one of my favorite questions right here that I gotta ask. Infamous franchise is awesome, says Slendermonk. It is.
Oh, it's Slender. It's so good.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite out of those? By the way, like the one, two. I think was it the Festival of Blood. The the guy the second son and then the
Yeah,
new.
there's Second Son.
Yeah.
So I only played the first one. I only played Infamous First Light.
Ah,
But I believe Second Son is going to be re-released.
is that right?
Um, I feel like I saw it on one of the, it may have been on Xbox
Oh,
or on PlayStation, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be coming to one of the new
I
consoles.
think I know what you're talking about. I think it was the PlayStation Plus package. I think that's for PS5. Yeah,
Yes.
I think
Yep.
that's where it's gonna. A lot of new people are gonna see that game. It looks.
Yeah.
It's gonna look really good. Um,
Yeah.
let's see. If you could remake or port any three games from the past, which ones would they be?
Ugh. Well, I guess I would have to say Star Wars Phantom Menace
There,
so that I
you
can
finally
finish
beat
it.
it. Nice.
That just made me think of Paperboy. It
Ooh, the arcade
was
game.
way back in the day.
Yes. Yeah,
That was a game that I loved when I went to my cousin's house, so I'd probably play that one.
that's a good choice.
Three games, so I only have one left.
Yeah.
Shoot, that's hard. Hmm. There's so many to choose from. It's my last one. I also really enjoyed the Star Wars pod racing
Oh, that's
from back in
actually
the day.
yeah, episode one Pod Racer. Or are you talking about the
I think it was the combo one where you could race like all the
is
vehicles.
it the Super Bombad Racing where they're all kind of like deformed like chibi characters? Like is that the one you're talking about?
No, because in this one I could drive the Millennium Falcon. Millennium Falcon.
It's okay.
Blah, blah, blah. And then yeah, you could race pretty much everything. You could race a TIE fighter and everything.
I don't remember that one. I gotta look. I
Yeah.
gotta look.
It was way back in the day.
You're naming off games that I'm like I've never heard of that one. Never heard of that one. I gotta look this one up. Stream's gotta end. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I need to go over here and start looking things up. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can remember the name of that one.
Hmm.
But well, I don't think it was pod racing. But it was some kind of racing
Not
vehicle game from Star Wars.
not Rogue Squadron. That one.
Oh, I'm gonna look it up.
There we go. There we go. She's got. There we go.
Early 2000s must have been.
Was it a GameCube game or a PS2?
I feel like it was a PlayStation game.
Okay.
It wasn't pod racing. Vehicle racing. Sorry. I'll look it up.
You're fine. You're fine. Um, let's see. This one, I love this one too. What is the hardest game you've ever played?
Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
hardest game I've ever played. So are we talking about like difficulty level so much so that you want to quit and not finish it, or like difficult as in every time you pick it up you're like, should I play this or not?
I'll take both answers. I will take whatever category you want to put the games into. Like I'll take whatever you got.
Sheesh. The most challenging game that I've ever played. I'm trying to think if there was one on PC that I used to play, uh, that I quit because I didn't. I can't remember the name of it, but it was kind of like a puzzle game. But it's like I couldn't follow the story, even though it was a game that I loved to play. It
Hmm.
had something to do with like, um, I don't know, you're like a master spy and you got to organize this series of spies, and it was just so challenging and I loved it, but the story was so hard to follow that every time I played it, I just quit because I was so upset that I couldn't figure it out.
And this
It was
was
a
a
PC game.
PC game.
Yeah. And it was one of those games
Mm.
that I'm sure my mom picked up at like, you know, PCs R Us or something in the
Yeah.
old boxes that the games used to come in.
Have fun, dear. Take it. And they're just like,
Yeah,
Mom, I
enjoy
want
this.
another
Like
game.
like the story's half finished or something.
She's like, I'm not buying you another game. I just bought you one last month, but I can't
I
beat it.
It was $10, all right,
Yeah,
Mom?
exactly. I'm not buying you
Uh,
one until you beat it.
yeah, exactly. That's probably what it was.
Oh man, like for me, I'll give you an example. So like one of the hardest games I've ever beaten was Shinobi for PS2.
Okay.
That game is ridiculous. Hardest game that I've never beaten, and I say this right now, I will give you $500 cash if I can watch you beat it on a Super Nintendo with a controller. No Game Genie, but Spider-Man
Mm.
X-Men Arcade's Revenge.
Oh man.
I bet you anything no one can beat that game. Bet you anything. I will go to my grave knowing that I can't beat it. News says that Kid Icarus for the NES is hard. I agree. I don't think I've beaten that one yet. And then Kane. Oh,
Oh,
Kane, what's up? It says Portal is the hardest game that he's ever played. Interesting.
yes. That's really tough.
You know a game's hard when you can't even remember. Like it gives you PTSD. Like you're like, I don't even remember the name. It's like Spies, and it was like $10, and I just
Yes.
can't.
Oh my, I will figure it out now because like I loved certain parts of this game,
Yeah.
but it was so difficult to follow the story and it was like so woven into the game mechanics that it was almost like a turn by turn game where you had to lay out a certain strategy, and if it didn't line up with their story, then you'd have to start it all over again.
General Chaos. That's the only one I can think of. That's you're
There was
buffering.
a lot of um just the game had a lot of blue and black tones to it.
I'm
Yeah.
drawing a blank.
Exactly. I don't think anybody else has ever played this game. It was probably like a side special.
Why did you have to? Why do you have to be a PC gamer? Why do you have to start off at the top first? You need to start off at the bottom with this. Like,
Oh man, I don't know if Windows 97 was tops. I think at that point we had moved on, but we'd
it's
upgraded at that point. We had AOL.
all right. So I'm not taking notes. Just regard this.
Just looking at this notebook.
Don't listen to Sal or Slender. What is a random pet peeve of yours?
Ooh, on stream or off stream?
In general.
Ooh. Ooh.
Just kidding.
I guess a pet peeve of mine is when somebody is constantly sniffing and they don't get a tissue. Just like,
It's like,
just like every 2 seconds,
just
just
to
go
make sure I'm
get a
not doing
tissue.
that.
Just go get a tissue. Like they make tissues now.
I think I've done that. Like, I actually have nose sprays here that I took before the stream. So like, I'm like, was I sniffing? Like,
Oh man, just put
so,
like the incessant. But your mic is great because it blocks that out.
oh, damn it.
Yeah, just like that, no. Just constant. And you know that it's bothering them, but they just don't want to get up and go get a tissue. It's awful.
Like, dude, your left side's just clogged up. Can you just clear
It's
it?
just on your lip now, you might as well just go.
There's a whale. It's like beached on your lip here. Like, can you take care of that, please?
Got a little hanger.
Yeah.
Got a little cliffhanger.
Are you making candlesticks? Can you go take that out, please?
Because there's some wax hanging.
Yeah, it looks like your candle's coming out. Sorry about that. Like today, I found out that Narc hates candy corn, so I'm like, that's
Oh, yeah, I don't like candy corn either.
really.
I'm with you,
Neither.
Narc.
I
Yeah.
don't like candy corn either. I will say that, but
Ugh.
she hates candy corn, so I'm gonna send her a box of that one day. Let's see. This is a. I love this question too because it really. I think it.
You have great
Oh,
questions.
thank you, thank you. What is a hidden skill or a party trick that nobody knows about?
Well, I can't tell you because then I'd have to kill you. I mean,
Well, you are an assassin. You are an assassin.
I am an assassin.
So, like, here, I'll cover up my thing. Nobody can see or hear you. Just kidding.
Oh no, no, they can't see. Oh, you're good.
Oh no, he's back.
Um, okay, so tell me yours and I'll tell you mine.
I'm pretty good with impressions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, like voice impressions or facial
Yeah.
expressions?
Well, if I'm around someone long enough, I can mimic the way they walk, or like subconsciously, I'll say the words back to them. Like the other day, I was doing impressions, and my mom's like, "I didn't know you could do that." She's like, "You don't, it doesn't even sound like you."
Wow.
Yeah. So,
I'm your mom too.
Swole, how's it going? Do a Swole impression. You're okay. You're kind of hard. It's like, come. I don't know if you like. I'm sorry if you don't like cussing, but come the fuck on. He's like, come the fuck on. Like that's Swole. Kermit the Frog. It's not easy being green.
Oh my, that's pretty
Or
good.
hey, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's amazing.
And then I like to do the merchant from Resident Evil 4. Welcome. Got some rare
That's
things for you,
awesome.
stranger. Sorry, so
Ooh,
now what?
that's another good one. That's another challenging game that I've never beaten was
Ooh,
Borderlands 3. Never finished that
Borderlands
one.
3, Resident Evil 4, please for me. Please, please beat Resident Evil 4. That's a good Uncle Joey impression. Cut it out, Swole. Just get. Oh, the movie announcer? In a world. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm waiting. I'm the stream's not ending until we find out a secret of the assassin.
Well, it is a hidden talent that I have,
Yeah.
and it's one that works both in community on Twitch as well as in living. Live living. I'm a really good listener,
Ah,
and I have learned to be a good listener. I used to have a lot of rage, and
okay.
then ended up realizing that I was, I guess, hurting everybody around me
Mm,
by my anger. So I just kind of like one day flipped the switch and said, you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore. So I started listening more, and
interesting.
yeah,
Interesting.
it's like a hidden talent.
Do you have younger siblings?
I do. I have
Okay.
5 younger siblings and an older sister. So
Wow.
there's 7 kids in my family.
So, did your anger stop when your younger siblings came around?
No.
No. That's
No, I was a pretty angry child
that was
from
me.
about 12 because I wanted to be a punker. Like I wanted to be
Oh,
so hardcore.
wow.
Oh, I want to be so hardcore.
There we go. So, what was okay, like a mod or like a goth kind of thing.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
And
I tried to be goth for about 2 weeks and then I realized I couldn't do it.
yeah, yeah. What I love the irony is it's like I'm gonna dress in all black because I don't want
Yes.
like the establishment. I don't want to fit in, but to fit in with these
Yes.
people, you have to wear all black and do
Right.
yes. So that
Exactly.
there's a
Yeah, there's
yeah,
that like that line
yeah,
of joining and then not joining. So I just decided to be a rebel in my own right,
yeah.
and because it was my own, a lot of my anger was like not fitting in with anyone.
So usually what happens because I can kind of feel it from you. Sometimes if you feel like you're not in with everybody, maybe you're meant to lead. Maybe you're not meant to follow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mm, that's a good point.
Swole says my anger hurts him. I'm sorry about that, Swole. I did not mean to hurt you. Let me yeah. Can we polish off
Most days.
Swole's check mark? His partner check mark there. There we go. I think I got it for him. Swole says exactly. It's less punk to be punk than just being yourself. That is the ultimate rebellion, which is what you did ultimately. Was you were
Yes.
just being yourself.
So eventually I was punk, all on my own.
The true counter, the true counterculture is actually just being yourself.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So I would rather I love your answer to the hidden thing because it led into a deeper conversation. So I thank you for that one. That was great.
I guess I do have a another hidden talent, making people talk about their deepest, darkest
So
feelings that they do not know
the
themselves.
darkest secret, the body's buried. Never mind. I'm sorry. Anyways, just kidding.
He has a tattoo of Swole on his, well,
Pull that down. He didn't
like,
see that. Did you? Can you guys see that part of me? I'm sorry. Let's see. Let's see. What is your favorite? What's your favorite food? It can be like a cuisine, like Italian or Chinese, or it can be a specific dish. Like, do you have any favorites?
I love lasagna and garlic bread. That is my
Ooh,
number one food. I also love tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwich for my comfort food.
together.
Yes,
Ah, there we
together.
go.
And with a little bit of sour cream put on top of the bread. And then you dip it in.
On the grilled
Just
cheese or the garlic
add
bread?
grilled cheese.
I've never tried that.
It'll change the way you think about tomato soup.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried crushed Cheez-Its on top?
Oh, crushed cheese, it's Fritos,
Mm-hmm.
like bread cubes. What do they
Croutons?
call them?
I'm gonna get some hard bread and just put it over the top of that. Just kidding.
Bread cubes.
That's my favorite system, Nintendo Bread Cube. I love that one.
Yes, good old bread cube.
Swall says the true counterculture is to counter the counterculture while growing your cultures on your counter. The new
Oh
episode
my.
is this a new episode of Delicious Dish? It could be. It could be. I take advice from someone who plays what is that? I'm blanking out. Why am I blanking out? I just said the name of the game. The one that I watched you play, the cooks.
Oh, yes,
Overcooked.
overcooked, yes.
Overcooked. You gotta listen to her. She plays Overcooked. Come on.
Okay,
Swole. How dare you?
there you go.
Um
Overcooked. That's where it's at.
so comfort food, huh? I might have to break that up then. So like favorite dish and then
A comfort food.
comfort food. That's
I love lasagna. We had it last night or 2 nights ago
do you
with
make it or do you get the Stofers?
I actually get it's a um vegetarian
Okay.
flavor, but it has
Interesting.
vodka sauce on it.
Oh,
It's
nice.
really good.
Nice.
It's delicious. I
Um
always eat more than I should.
you have to, especially nowadays if you have a full stomach, that's life. That's
That's
life.
life right
Yeah.
there. That's
Hey,
a happy life.
best garlic bread I've ever had in my life. Black Angus. Cheesy
Mm,
garlic bread, that's life changing. That will change your
okay.
life.
So good.
Slender, I said
Burger time.
overcooked. I said overcooked. Swell Burger Time, that's an Atari game. So old. So old, Swell. You just dated yourself,
So
sir. How dare you? I can't, like, look at you. Alright, let's see. Favorite movies. Do you have a favorite movie or do you have favorite movies? If it's easier to break it down into multiple, we can do that.
um I think probably my number one movie of all time that I could watch at any time would be Rogue One.
Really?
The
Okay.
Star Wars Rogue One. I
Okay.
love that movie so much. I had recently, just before watching that movie, I had read a book, a Star Wars book called,
Excuse me.
I think it's called Across the Stars.
Mm.
And it was like a flip story of what happened because it happened just before Rogue One. So I have like another special connection with that movie. So good. And then I love the Hunger Games series and Lord of the Rings is special. Like all those big
Ooh, okay, okay.
blockbusters. Love Lord of the Rings, love Harry Potter.
I've seen. I'm sorry, Mom. I've seen a little bit of Lord of the Rings. I've got to finish watching them. That's something that her and I were supposed to watch together. She finished before I did.
Nice.
Never really seen Harry Potter. Are you into the new like Disney Star Wars? Like other than Rogue One, what did you think of the trilogy? Like the new trilogy that came out? Did you watch that?
Yeah, I've watched them all. I'm a big Star Wars fan.
Okay, okay,
So just by default, I like them.
yeah.
However, I don't think anything has compared equally to the first three, the originals. Like you just
Yeah.
you can't get better than those three. You can't do it because everything else is a remake. Um, and I like the stories of the first three.
My favorite, I gotta say this, it's unpopular opinion, but episode 1 is my favorite Star Wars. Yeah.
Really?
Because,
Why?
so, Liam Neeson is a Jedi Master. Hey, it's like
Yes.
Liam Neeson. And then
It's Liam Neeson,
Darth
right?
Maul is the coolest Sith ever.
Oh my gosh, he's
Sorry.
amazing.
Sorry in advance, guys. Darth Maul is better than Vader. Sorry about that. Um,
I would have to agree.
Now,
He has a dual saber.
do you notice because I remember I was at J.C. Penney's when I saw the figures for episode 1 before I saw the movie, and I
Okay.
was like, "What's more evil than Darth Vader?" I'm like, "Freaking Satan." I'm like, Darth Maul looks like the devil, and Liam Neeson looks like Jesus. I'm like,
Yeah,
tell me that's not like.
that makes perfect sense.
So I,
You have all of humanity wrapped up in that movie.
yeah, exactly. So that's why I kind of like.
Ultimate good and evil.
Exactly. So I'm more of like into that. Um, have you watched The Mandalorian?
Yes,
Oh
it's
man,
so good.
man,
So good.
I'm
I
ready for that.
love it so much. I can't wait for October. Well, tomorrow's October.
Yeah. That was October 30th, I think, for
Yeah,
Mandalorian.
it's like
Yeah,
right at the end. Mhm.
Baby Yoda is the modern day Gizmo. He looks like everybody wants him.
Like, okay, it's cute, it's adorable, but have you seen The Mandalorian? Like, I mean, it's The Mandalorian.
Yes.
Huge, huge. Like, I love Star Wars so much so that for Christmas every year I would ask my mom for trivia books.
Oh,
I had a PC trivia game that had like 30,000 quiz questions. You could go in the Millennium Falcon and yeah,
okay.
I was a nerd.
No. I love it. So that's a hidden thing that we don't know about you. You're a Star Wars fan. Huge. Have you been to
Yeah.
the what is that? It's at Disneyland. I forgot the name of the park, but that's
I
the
haven't been there. The Star Wars Land, I think.
yeah, Star Wars Land. Seawing's guilty pleasure is Jar Jar Binks. Meese, I think you're right. Yes.
Disgusting.
Um, when I used to work at J.C. Penney, sir, how dare you? Swell says favorite movies. I used to be a jeweler at J.C. Penney's. I used to fix people's watches and clocks and rings.
Interesting.
One of my favorite movies is The Matrix, directed by the Wachowski brothers. Matrix 4, directed by the sisters. So much talent in that family. Absolutely. I'm iffy on the Matrix 4, sir. I think Matrix was supposed to be a one-off, and then it got so big they kind of added to it.
Well, it was a story built off of another story. I believe it was Ultimatum
Oh,
or
Japanese movie,
Quantum.
right?
No, it wasn't Japanese. I can't remember who was in it, but it was a famous actor who was in this movie it was I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was like a community event where these two writers were talking about the story and they were basically racing to make the Matrix.
Really?
But Matrix went more in like a sci-fi
Yeah.
way, and this other movie, it's like Quantum or
Wait,
Ultimatum or
Ultimatum, is that with Christian Bale?
yeah, maybe
I think that's the one
Ultimatum.
with Christian Bale. Slender, why are you bagging on Baby Yoda? Nothing's wrong with Baby Yoda. There's nothing wrong with J.C. Penney's, and there's nothing wrong with Baby Yoda.
Nah.
The Matrix we know buried the other one. Yeah, that's very true. I think they got worse as it went on. So my mom hates this, cautiously optimistic about the fourth one. We'll see. Mark my
Yes.
words. I
I
think
will most definitely watch it.
this is my prediction here. Especially in 2020, I have a feeling that outside of the Matrix, you're going to have like a guy or a girl go in, but when they go into the Matrix, they're going to come out as the opposite gender because that's the way they see themselves. Mark my
Interesting.
words. Mark my words, that'll happen. You
Write
can
it
clip
down.
this, write it down. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Do you watch anime by any chance?
I don't.
You don't. Okay, so we can skip that
No.
question. We kind of touched on it a little bit. Mandalorian. Do you have any favorite TV shows?
The Office.
Ooh, The Office. Nice. Oh,
Hands down, one of the best shows of all time. That's okay. To be fair, that is my second favorite show. I love Lost, number one.
ooh, okay. I can talk to someone about Lost.
So good.
Favorite
Oh, it's so
characters
good.
in
I've watched
Lost?
it probably. Well, I'm going through it currently, so this
Okay.
is my fourth time watching it through.
Oh God, you are a mega
Good.
fan.
So,
Favorite episode of Lost?
ooh. I really like some of the first ones are really great, but I also really like the first episode with Echo.
Mr. Echo. Yes, he's my favorite character. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Um.
They're just half the crew shows up and they get captured by the others, but
Yeah.
they're not actually the others. They're
Yeah.
the other crew.
The other crew. Yeah.
So
Um. Did okay. I gotta say this. I get chills when I talk about this episode. I recommend anybody who hasn't watched, like, you don't even have to like watch all of Lost. If you watch this one episode in season 4, it's called The Constant. Do you remember The Constant?
I don't. I'm
That's
not off
where Desmond is going back into the past. Like, he's kind of going in and out, and like he goes back 10 years, and he talks to
getting goosebumps.
right. See, you get goosebumps. He goes back and he talks to the doctor, and he's got to look for Penny because he'll get trapped in the past.
Mm,
His subconscious will, and he just needs a phone call. And
yes.
like the hairs on my neck are standing up. It is a beautiful love story. If you have Netflix and you want to check out Lost, The
It's so
Constant
good.
season 4. But I agree, the first 2 seasons of Lost are some of the best TV. I literally took time off of work to watch the finale. Like, it was that good.
We watched it in class at school.
Really?
Like our class loved it that much that we all watched it in class.
Oh man. Do you have any favorite characters?
Um, Claire,
Okay.
she's fantastic. I do really like Desmond
Yeah,
as
Desmond's
well.
great.
Um, it's hard for me not to like Locke, even though he's got
Yeah.
so much wrong with him.
Yeah, yeah.
Hard for me not to appreciate what he is and who he is.
He's
He's a straight believer, even though if that belief takes him in the wrong
yeah,
direction.
that's why we like Locke. I'm like, oh,
Ah,
really?
yeah,
Really?
it's chat. Yeah.
Man, I used to love when Desmond would talk about Charlie. We lost Charlie.
Charlie,
Charlie. Um
brother, see you in another life, brother.
exactly. Exactly. So The Office. So is it the whole way through? Is it certain seasons? Is it just as a whole?
Um, well, so I'm kind of watching it in two segments because I've
Yeah.
watched the beginning seasons twice now. And when it first was on TV, I was not watching it.
Oh, okay.
So the first time that I watched it, I didn't watch it all the way through, and I really like when Dwight and Angela start their romance.
Yeah.
I just think that's so amazing. It's so wonderfully written. And I'm actually listening to the Office Ladies
Oh, wow, they have a podcast?
podcast, and so does Kevin.
Wow.
He has his own podcast, as well as Rain, who plays
Rainn
Dwight.
Wilson, yeah. Do they
He
stay in
has his own
character in the
podcast.
podcast or
I
they
don't,
don't?
which
Okay.
is really interesting because Kevin's voice
Yeah.
is not what you would expect it to be. Yeah, he has just a normal voice, and it's one of those voices that you could listen to him reading you a book.
Oh, so it's
He
like
has a very
ASMR.
nice voice.
That Swell he just reiterated what you said. It's hard to listen to Kevin in real life.
Because you're like, no, this is Kevin. Why is he not talking like Kevin?
I,
It messes up your mind.
they're having a lot of sex. Like a lot of sex.
Kevin is so great.
Oh man, I loved the first. I want to say like the first 2 seasons where Michael and Jan are falling in love, or like
Yes.
they're at Chili's. Oh my god, I love that.
It's so great. I just watched that episode last week.
Yeah, that's a classic.
So so good.
Let's see. What is the biggest accomplishment in gaming or your stream that you've achieved?
Um, I think well, if I want to be super cheesy, like the greatest achievement is just clicking live.
Oh,
Like
okay. Just
go
going
live.
on.
Yeah, just going for it.
Nice.
Because at the beginning, that was my biggest achievement was just going for it.
Yeah.
Just logging on to PlayStation and streaming. Which turned out to be really, really big during this whole pandemic thing
It's a lifesaver.
because
Yeah.
these are my friends now. These are my people.
Yeah.
I love them and I love seeing them and they have kept me sane. Um, but I also recently I haven't even like announced this at all, but just recently made my first payout
Oh,
through
congratulations.
Twitch,
There we
which
go.
I never expected to happen. Like I just expected to hang out and play games and
Yeah.
talk to people at the same time. Um, but this community has been amazing,
Yeah.
so that's
Actually,
so cool.
let me yeah, definitely so payout hype. Let me give you a shout out while we have some people. Let me get some more people here. So there we go. Give you another shout out. Some more people can get in there. That the first payout's always the best. You're like, I'm getting paid to sit in my room and play games and hang out and talk to people.
Play games and just hang out with people. It's
Yeah.
amazing. And I know that, Twitch gets their way more of their share, but you know what? They
It's
put
still
out this
something.
platform.
It's yeah.
It's still something. I'm not like I always said that any donations that I got would always go right back into my stream.
There you
So
go.
I want to do more community things, more events, just just give back because it's not mine to keep.
So it's like the let's see. The money's going into the future of your stream. So it's like community. You said community events in like
Yeah,
games, emotes, all that stuff.
games.
That's
Yeah, I want to get a better because I have a Switch as well,
ooh
and I love Zelda Breath of the Wild,
nice.
and Animal Crossings is also fun. But I don't have a capture card. So
El,
that is my first purchase.
Elgato. Yeah.
Elgato.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of good things about that.
Yeah. I
I've also
can.
heard people go through like 3 or 4 different streaming,
Huh.
you know, s- uh, cards until they find the one that they like.
I can send you some of mine because I when I stream on my Switch, I use an Elgato.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like that is awesome because like the more I feel like I was saying earlier, I think the more systems that you stream from, the more it'll you'll have a broader appeal to more people, like a bigger audience.
Great.
So I think you're investing in yourself, and by doing that, you're going to get more people, and it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. So that is awesome.
Yeah. And
Um,
creating a community of people that love to hang out and just
yeah,
play games. I'm not into the whole big like debating thing and fighting to save Twitch or anything. I just want to hang out and play
there
games.
goes
That's
15 of
what
my
I
questions. Damn it! Just kidding. Just kidding.
I'm voting for micro, okay?
Let's see. So this one I recently just added. How do you deal with trolls on a streamer, like a bad stream? Like how do you
That's
what
a
advice
great
would you give?
question.
Yeah.
So I've only had a couple where, and this was before New was my mod. I only had one occasion where I wished I had somebody in chat that could delete or ban or remove, do that whole modding thing. So, um, I haven't had a ton of issues, but we have talked about this several
Yeah.
times, and it does kind of depend on um what the comments are. If they're spamming or if they're being rude um or if they're just, hating on how I play. Like those are all different things
Yeah.
that you address differently. So if it's somebody that's legitimately rude and just needs to go, then I'm not even going to. I'll be like, yeah, and goodbye. And they're just gone. Like, you don't get a second chance. If
Yeah.
you're intentionally coming in here, I've never seen you before, and you just start being a poo face, then yeah, goodbye.
Awesome. Yeah, just it's always good to have mods.
Yes.
I remember one time I didn't have a mod. I was still streaming on a PlayStation. This guy comes in, he's like, check your phone. He's like, I just hacked it. And I'm like, I remember, like, I turned sheet white. And I'm just like, oh my God. And like the girl that
Oh,
was in my chat, thank God she was a partner, but she's like, they didn't do anything, dude. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
that's so awful. And
Yeah.
they just literally come into your chat to troll you
Yeah.
and just get a reaction out of you. And so like people like that, um, I've been challenged by other people who say that they troll them right back, you know,
No, that's
fight fire
awesome.
with fire sometimes because they don't expect that. They expect a reaction of, you getting mad or um, you feeling embarrassed or, whatever reaction that they're
Yeah.
expecting. But if you don't give them what they want, they're probably just going to leave of their own.
The best thing is when you're playing and you look up in the comments just deleted and you don't even know what they said. You're just like, thanks guys.
Exactly. That's happened a couple times where people come in and like promo, if you want 15,000 followers.
I click that every time. I need that, guys. Swole, they didn't hack my phone. No, they didn't. Total Pasta was in there with me when it happened. She was like, they didn't do anything, dude. They're just messing with you. But yeah, I hate that when they're just like, hey, like it's fake when they come in like, hey, Naptime Assassin, I've been watching you for a while, and I was like, ban them because like the first time, like I've been watching you
Just,
for a while, it's gonna go into the promo, so you're just like,
you
out.
know, just goodbye.
So, we are an hour and 16 minutes deep into this. We finished all of the regular questions, so we've got a couple bonus questions. Did you want to keep going?
Um, yeah, I can
Okay.
say.
Was there a game that you were wrong about? Like you were like first you're like this sucks, and then like the more you played it or you went back to it, you were like this isn't half bad.
That would definitely be Metro.
Oh.
So I am also playing those on Stadia, and it was one of the free games,
Oh.
Metro Exodus. And when I first started playing that game, I was not excited about it at all. And I later found out that it was the third in the series. So I
Oh.
was kind of like playing at the very end of the story. And it took me a long time to figure it out. You have to like create your bullets, you have to do
Hmm.
all these different things, and their story is so deep because Metro is created after a book. So they have a
I had no
ton of
idea.
story built into that game. And so their cutscenes are very, very long and you can't skip them.
Oh wow.
Uh, but once I got past that and then I understood about the game, I really, really enjoyed it, and now I'm playing the Metro Last Light.
I let's see, dude. 2010. Thank you for that, D dude 2010. Thank you for that follow. Swell says same thing. I didn't realize it was the third. I gave up on it.
Yeah,
So you guys got drawn in by the
yeah,
third one, but you can look at it this way: you're playing prequels after that. You're like, oh, so that's what happened. That's what happened there and there.
it is pretty interesting. That's what I'm doing right now. I was playing Metro Last Light last night, and let's
Bars.
say that. And yeah, the story is very good because it was made after that book and or the series of books,
Interesting.
and it's definitely worth playing.
So
If
does
you
it
can stick it out, just keep playing.
does it
It will
make you
get
want to
better.
read the books?
No.
No, no, the games. I've heard of that series. I've never got I never looked into it, but if there's like a huge lore to it, I might have to check that out.
It's very survivalist, first person.
Is it like a
And
survival horror? Survival
it,
horror.
it is kind of horror for me, just because I'm a wuss when it comes to games
Uh,
sometimes. But it is more of like a thriller
oh,
type game. It's not, you're not constantly, you know, hacking people in half, but you are fighting monsters, and it reminds me a lot of The Last of Us in certain respects.
oh wow! First
So if you
person
can
Last of
you
Us.
can handle clickers, then you're good to go.
I'm to check that out. Let's see, physical or digital?
I like digital.
Digital, same.
Mm.
Less clutter.
Yeah, I don't even have a DVD player in
Oh
my
wow,
house.
okay.
I haven't had a DVD player since I got married. A
So just
long time. Almost like,
Netflix and
yeah, just streaming actually. Just
perfect.
streaming,
Yeah.
and then if anybody were to get me a DVD movie, which would be really weird, I would first ask them for the gift receipt so that I can return it.
Let me buy
But
an
then
Apple Card again.
I could just use it on my PlayStation, which
Hmm.
we have done before.
Yep, that's what I was going for. You'll buy a movie with the refund that you get
Yes.
from the DVD. Yep.
So digital
Um.
all the way.
Okay, so actually, I had this question for Alvis Scardy, and it's perfect for you. Who's your favorite Star Wars character? Ooh, okay.
Mara Jade.
Luke's wife, right?
Yeah, it's his yes,
Okay.
relation, which is very interesting that you know that.
Yeah.
And
The
I swore
EU.
that that was going to be my daughter's name, whenever I had a daughter, but I have yet to have a daughter, so.
You're like
But I thought she was
Martin Jade.
so incredible, and um she was the epitome of the badass that I always wanted to be. So like I took down her picture and I drew her and like hung her up in my wall in my
Nice.
room. Yeah.
So
And
I think Disney brought her back to they retconned the EU, right?
I don't know, but that would be amazing.
Um, because I think the rumor at first was in the last Star Wars, the canonical Star Wars that came out a year ago. I There was a rumor that Mara Jade and Luke were the parents of Rey.
Oh, interesting.
So that didn't happen, of course. But D dude, we were already talking about Lord of the Rings. You missed it. You're gonna have to watch the VOD for that. Sorry about that. But welcome to the stream, D dude. But yeah,
Thanks for
Mara,
coming over, dude.
I do love the EU, Shadows of the Empire, so I do keep tabs on all that stuff.
Nice.
So okay, I gotta ask, were you disappointed that Disney went in the direction that they did? They have like all this backlog of lore that they could have used for these new movies, and they scrapped it and kind of put this stuff out. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I think they could have done a lot better with the storylines that they came out with. I feel like there was so much more in the universe that they should have
Absolutely,
focused on versus what they did. I mean, yes, the Jedi lightsabers are cool,
yeah.
and it's interesting to learn about, the crystals inside, but did you
Just like
see a movie about that?
you want Mara Jade.
No?
I don't want the crystals.
I
Give me
want
Mara
more
Jade.
lightsaber battles. Come on. We need more Darth Maul.
That's a fact. That is a fact. Lightstyle, welcome, buddy. Can we get a shout out for Lightstyle? Swell says, "No, man. She's Palpatine's granddaughter. That's the plan the whole time, according to Kathleen Kennedy." New
Yeah, yeah,
says, and she was supposed to be an assassin. I see a trend there. NaptimeAssassin. Yeah, we see it.
there you are.
We see it. We see it. Um, let's see. Um, okay, actually, I didn't even get to ask Al this question. I can ask you this. I think I know your answers already, but you have three trilogies to work with. You got to put them in order. So like you got the prequel, the original, and the Disney trilogy. Which ones are the favorites? What in order? Which trilogies are your favorites?
Well, I do like the original
So that's
trilogies, so 4, 5, and 6.
yeah.
Um, and then I do like the latest ones. Um, the ones in the middle are just disappointing in so many ways.
Really?
I of the three middle ones, of 1, 2, and 3, I would say that 1 is my favorite of those. I feel like it had the strongest story,
Yeah, yeah.
and then after that, they tried too
It got
hard.
too
Like they
dark.
tried
I agree.
the
I
whole
agree.
Anakin backstory.
Yeah.
It I feel like it was supposed to be more heartbreaking, but by the end of I went to theaters to watch the episode 3, and when they had that final scene between Obi-Wan and Anakin,
Yeah.
like I was spitting mad in the theater. I
What
was so
happened?
I well, because you want to like Anakin, because you know what he's going to
What's
what
gonna
he's
happen?
going to be in the
Mm-hmm.
future. And you obviously know from a kid something bad happened in his life,
Mm-hmm.
but just how quickly he went mad because he turned to the dark side, it didn't line up with the books that I had read. It didn't line up with um the other the
Yeah.
other Siths. Like he just it was like he was a kid who got mad and was throwing a fit.
I agree. After I think was it the second one when he comes and he sees I'll just say Natalie Portman. I don't remember her
Padme,
name.
yeah.
Padme, yes. And he's like, I was in love with you. I've always been in love with you. I'm like, dude, you were like 6. And she
You're
was like
like
12.
exactly.
Like, how, what? And
Yeah,
then
that doesn't work.
the sand people thing with his mom, I thought Darth Maul should have lived through the whole thing, right? He kills Obi-Wan, and then he kills Anakin's mom. And then the third
Yes.
movie is Anakin finally catching up to him and then killing him and then becoming more evil or just as evil as the guy that killed his mother. That's what I thought should have happened. But then they put Dooku in there, who I thought was a horrible Sith.
Oh, just
Yeah,
terrible.
he
The
was
whole time I
garbage.
was like, why is he in here? And I know that they had to explain the Trade Federation's
Yes.
involvement,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like you have all these you have these massive storylines that you're trying to pull in,
Yeah.
and there was just so much involved, and yet you're trying to focus on Anakin,
Yeah.
and
That's
it's just
hilarious.
oh,
I
that's too much.
I thought they actually
So
did a better job building up Obi-Wan as the chosen one than Anakin.
agreed.
Thank you, thank you.
No,
Iggy.
I agree
I'm gonna clip this Iggy. She agrees with us. Obi-Wan, in my
completely.
opinion, is the real chosen one. Because anybody that fought him, Maul got chopped in half. Grievous got his heart shot out. Anakin got chopped to pieces and roasted. Like this
Like
dude
of him.
massacred everybody. The only person he couldn't beat was Dooku for some reason. But
Yeah,
other
it's
than
probably
that,
because he didn't want
well, yeah, that's true. I think it was a respect thing. But dude, Obi-Wan, and then you watch the originals, and that's all Darth Vader talks about.
to.
He
Hmm.
talks about
So
Obi-Wan this, Obi-Wan that, and it's like you're not over it. And he fucked you when he died because he's just like he
and he gives you like the sly grin, like,
yeah,
haha.
yeah. He's like, I'm gonna disconnect the controller. Yeah, you can kill me. Like, I'm out.
Now we're going into Destiny here.
Yeah. Um,
Oh,
let's
crazy.
see. So the way okay, so the final answer, original
Yep.
Disney or recent trilogy, and then prequel trilogy at
And
the
then
bottom.
the 1, 2, and 3.
Breaking my heart. You broke my heart. Sorry about that.
It's terrible.
Okay. I like this one too. Do you know any good dad jokes?
Oh my goodness. I okay, so it's a thing at work that every ticket that I send off to my team has a dad joke in it.
Ooh,
So
ooh,
I
we got a
have dad
master.
jokes like constantly.
Okay.
Um, sheesh. Let me see. Let me see if I can find one that I just did today. It's ridiculous how much I do dad jokes
Yes.
because I love them so much. They're ridiculous and corny and um yeah, and I just like the more lame that they are,
Yeah.
the better.
The more cringe, the
Because
more
I
yeah.
love when you're just like,
Yeah.
that's a good one. If you get that kind of response instead of a laugh, that's a good
You
one.
hit gold. That I agree.
You get gold right there.
Dude, you need to watch those the Star Wars again. I haven't seen them in years. I remember little to none. I recommend Disney Plus. Then go to Disney Plus. All the movies are there. You can definitely check those out.
Yes,
Yeah,
there's some good ones. Well, I'll just tell you the one I had for my stream last night,
go for it.
or maybe a couple nights ago.
Yeah.
It was literally just a dyslexic man walks into a bra. Just
Walks
right
into a
there.
bra.
Just mic drop. Just
I
terrible.
like that one. I'm gonna steal. Is he here? Let me just see if he's here. Sal is here. Damn it. Um, I'm gonna steal his joke. This guy goes on stage. This conspiracy theory nut. He goes on stage and he starts throwing glasses out into the crowd, and he goes, "You'll see. You'll all see."
I love it.
Um, Sorry, Sal. I
Or
had to
he's
steal
like,
that.
a man says to his friend who just stole his dictionary, "You took the words right out of my hand." Just terrible. The
Let's see.
terrible letter.
Did you hear about the midget psychic convict that escaped prison? He's a small medium at large.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's amazing.
Boom. Just got it.
Boom.
Let's see. What other hobbies do you have? So I looks like other than gaming, so we got Star Wars, and are there any other hobbies that occupy your time?
Well, not currently. A lot of what we do now is gaming, eating, sleeping, and working.
I
You
eat
know,
too.
just like the rest of the world.
That's a good hobby.
Um, but little known fact, I was a competitive rifle shooter.
Oh,
Um, yeah,
holy!
I'll just throw that out there.
Duck Hunt taught you. Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Duck hunt. But my dad's from Kentucky, so like rifle shooting was in my blood. So
My mom is from Kentucky,
good at it. There you go.
Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. You say it that way. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh my god. We're probably
Um,
related.
Probably, most
Probably
likely.
related. I bet you anything. News says that you have a kitten hobby,
Yes,
animal
and we
rescue.
got two cats from the rescue.
There we go.
Um, they are adorable. One is named Echo after Lost,
Yes.
and
Okay.
other the other one is named Roxy because that's what my 2-year-old named her.
Uh, my mom had a dog I named Echo, which is hilarious. Yeah.
So good. And then I also really do enjoy being outdoors for doing anything. We enjoy like bike riding and dirt bike racing. We we recently moved from Michigan down to Texas,
Oh, okay.
and we love like motocross and supercross and you know all that dirt bike riding stuff.
Wait, are you from
Uh,
Michigan?
yeah,
My
grew up in
my
Michigan.
dad's side is from Michigan. They're from Lansing and Detroit.
Yeah, Lansing. That was like 15 minutes away.
We have a lot in common in Kentucky and Michigan. That is hilarious. We're related. I'm
We
almost
are.
positive we're
Yep.
related.
Basically fourth cousins at
Yeah,
this point.
we're seriously fourth cousins. Um, I love this question, and not too many people answer this question, and I gotta lay it on you. If you were to, if someone was to play you in a movie, who would you cast?
Jennifer Garner.
Jennifer Gardner. Okay, that was quick. That was quick.
Yep.
Most people are
She's one
like,
of
I don't know.
her, and feel like I feel like I could be her, so she could probably be me.
There you go.
I really liked her in Alias.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Back in
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a good one.
the
That was a
show.
good one. I think
Good
the
show. That was when I decided that I wanted to be an FBI agent
Skeet.
because my parents told me I couldn't be a CIA agent because I would be government property.
Yeah,
So I was like,
expendable.
oh, fine, I'll work for the FBI. Yeah, well,
So we got rifle shooting, CIA, FBI, your assassin.
go.
It's all out in the open, people. It's all out in the
Everybody
open.
knows who I really am now. This is not a stage face.
Let's see. Are there any irrational fears of yours? So, like for example, mine it's like Egyptian stuff and frogs and mosquitoes.
Egyptians
Yeah, see, it's irrational. It doesn't. Yeah,
or
like I'll put. If you were to give me an artifact, like a replica artifact, I would throw it away because it scares me. So, do you have any fears like that? Any phobias?
um well I don't know if it's necessarily a fear, but like paranormal things.
Okay.
I believe that there are good and evil spirits because I felt evil presence in Kentucky.
Very haunted there.
And
Yeah.
like that stuff is real. So
Yeah.
it doesn't frighten me, but um and it's not irrational in my opinion.
No, it's not at all. No.
But I guess irrational fear, um I I don't know.
Well,
This is like a personal
we can change it
question.
to fears or rational fears. Like, is there any like I gave you an example of mine, but my mom told me stories about Kentucky all the time, like where it's just haunted, like
You
crazy, like crazy.
get down into some of those hollers and you're going down the road at 55 miles an hour at midnight and you just feel chills all over your body
Yeah,
and your car starts shaking weirdly and the radio goes out. Like that stuff actually happens
yeah.
in Kentucky.
My
Been there, done that.
my grandma told me that I believe her father-in-law died, and
Mm.
his face when they turned off the TV, his face was on the TV
Oh my
and
gosh.
was talking
Nope.
to him on the TV.
Nope. Mm.
That was in Kentucky. Yep. And my grandma, like the most superstitious Irish Catholic ever, and just her telling me the story. Yeah, yeah, lights out, you're out. Yeah, and I like okay, so my sister Nona Bear on Discord, she wanted me to tell this story, but so like my mom had like this ghost hunter thing, this app, and this
Oh.
was yeah, and she, like you don't do that. That's inviting them in. Like you don't do that. So she's like trying to like bring him in because she's obsessed with ghost hunters and all this stuff, and so she told me she's like I don't know if it's what it is, but every time you walk into a room, the red dots on my radar disappear. They go away. So one day I went
Huh.
out to my car and I forgot something. I think I forgot my keys, but I came back to get my keys and she goes, "Look what it wrote." And they communicate through the iPad and they were like, "Is he gone yet?"
No way.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my gosh, I just got goosebumps.
yeah. So you
Freaky
can
stuff.
you can ask Nona Bear that question. She's in my Discord. That's my sister. That literally happened. I'm like, Mom, can you uninstall it? Because I don't know if that means I'm good or evil.
Yeah,
Like that
exactly.
scares the shit out of me.
They leave when you are there because they cannot be overcome with your goodness
I
or
hope so. I hope that's the answer that we're looking for. It like, ugh.
dang.
Last question. This is the last bonus question. If you were on death row, what would your last meal be?
Um, chocolate chip ice cream.
That's it. Just
Yeah,
send you to the chair. Just you're gone.
just chocolate chip ice cream. Just call it good. You can't end your life unhappily if you have chocolate chip ice cream.
That's true, but
Papa-
like, like you're crying and just like, okay.
And everybody's staring at you like, man, that ice cream looks
Could you?
good.
It'd
Do
be
I want to?
cool is if you ate the chocolate chip ice cream, you got a brain freeze, and then they put you in the electric chair,
Yes,
cancel
brain
each other
freeze.
out.
Yeah, gone.
That's hilarious. All right, all right. Thank you, Naptime Assassin. It's awesome. Giving you all these questions. Do you do your a whole meatloaf? That would be your last meal. Like, you guys, come on. State's paying for it. You don't have to pick up the tab. You no tipping the waiter. That's
Oh,
it. You guys, cheap dates. You guys are cheap dates.
yeah.
Sorry about that. You guys. I like there would be waiters upon waiters upon waiters.
You would just keep eating so that they would forget that you're, on death row.
I just drew out a duplicate. Okay, let's see.
We are now on course 17. Would you like more soup, sir?
So
Lobster bits?
actually, that's what I would do. I'm allergic to seafood. I would just eat seafood and just die. Hey, Cake Man, what is up? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. All right, so I just drew out another name for the next interview, and that is I got to reach out to him, but it is Vape King. We
Yes.
both know him, Vape King. I got to reach out to him and see if he is up to do an interview. And then, as always, we like to end the stream with a raid of your recommendations. So if there's anyone that you would like to raid, let me know.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I will take
I am allergic to
Jokes on
shellfish.
you.
And then let me give you a shout out one more time. Thank you so much for like the short notice. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
really appreciate that.
That was a lot of fun. I enjoy your questions.
Oh,
That's
thank you.
that's a set of questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was glad I was gonna stream tonight anyways, but I was like, you know what? I can do this. I can make this happen.
You saved my butt. You saved it. So thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Hey, well, I can't raid you. You're on right now.
Woot. Inception.
So whenever I can, I like to support small streamers. So I have one currently right now that I would love to support, and this is Nerd Coda. So
Oh,
I'll put
okay.
his name in here.
Yeah, okay. So I
You
can see that.
might be familiar.
I've heard of them. Yeah. Okay, let me copy that.
Super awesome, friendly guy. He's playing Halo the Master Chief Collection.
Ah, okay. Oops, I typed in there. I was about to shout him out.
Cassie, that was so much fun. Seawing is a great host and a
Oh,
great
thank you.
streamer.
Back at you. Back at you. Cassie, thank you for sticking around. The last name I drew was Vape King. Thank you, Slender. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna
Very
rate
fun.
him. It's going up at the top. We're gonna show him some love. I'm gonna. Ooh, look at that. It's a nice rate. All right, so there we
He
go.
will be so tickled.